Hey, it's Dr. Ernst, host of the Ask Dr. Ernst show, and oh my gosh, January is right around the corner. So many people put their weight loss and their health efforts off until the new year, but I'm here to say there's plenty of time for you to have drastic changes in your health. Why don't you take an option and download my Functional Approach to Weight Loss ebook? It has everything you need for a successful December so that January does not have to have a resolution for weight loss and healing. We have everything from the magic pill to weight loss, my secret method to 10 to 15 pounds in 4 weeks, a 4-week done for you meal plan, a 4-week done for you shopping list, and an entire recipe pack of fat burning foods. It's absolutely free. Just text your first name, your last name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. As a bonus, I'm hosting a masterclass on weight loss December 12th at 12:30 p.m. You get access to that as well. Text your name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and yet again, we have an exceptionally special broadcast. Facebook and Instagram, YouTube and Twitter. We're only online today because the Tar Heels are playing again. I mean, yes, we love the fact that Tar Heels are playing, but they steal the ability for us to have the air time. But as you know, we stream live no matter what. The benefit of the cameras and the fact that we have our own studio means we get to come to you every single Saturday regardless. And what are we going to talk about today? Well, as you can see on the screen behind you, there are only 4 weeks starting Sunday, right? Or Monday. You get the idea. There's only 4 weeks left. We're just about to turn into November. It's the last Saturday of November. We have 4 weeks, guys, until the new year is upon us. So here's what I want to do for you. I'm going to give you an exact guide. I've already done it for the last 2 weeks. Some of you have already done it. We've got people emailing, texting in, saying you're 10 pounds down, 7 pounds down. I had a patient follow the guide, 14 pounds already. Boom! So I'm excited. And as you'll see above and below your screens, we are giving away the functional guide to weight loss. We're giving away the ebooks. And we have a masterclass coming up in just about a week or two. Thursday, December 12th. This is going to be a new one for you guys. Lunch and Learn. You eat lunch. I'll teach you so you can learn. It's at 12:30 p.m. on a Thursday. We're going to go through the 30 pounds in 30 days. But hopefully you guys are already doing it. Like I want you and you to be the guests showing the attendees, look, I did this. I've been listening to his show for years and I implemented his 4-week, end of the year plan. Look at me. I'm down. I feel great. I'm awesome. And today we're going to dive into probably the hottest topic you can imagine, right? Weight loss in the winter, not waiting until the New Year's, right? So why should we wait? We have 4 weeks. You can pull off a ton in 4 weeks. So if you stick with me for the next 30 minutes on this special live stream broadcast, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube only, camera over there, camera over here. We're going to teach you guys exactly how to do this. We're going to talk about strategies that make you melt fat fast. I mean, think about that. How cool is that? Melt fat fast. Okay, strategy number 1, extended fasting. And I'm talking about longer terms than just 24 hours. We're going to talk about the carnivore diet and how this diet has been proven to help you engage fat loss because it is a 0 carbohydrate diet, but all fat, all protein, not ketogenic, which is low carbohydrate. This is no carbohydrate. And then we're going to talk about how you can engage a specific type of working out for the next 4 weeks that can be done in the comfort of your home. Super easy, but it engages your hormones like insulin, leptin, cortisol, and your thyroid hormones, because if we do this to the max, you can unlock fat burning. And I'm going to tell you a little secret here. That can be 15 pounds in a matter of weeks. It could be 20 pounds by the end of the month. So why is December the best month for weight loss? Because if you're the kind of person who says, I'll just wait until January. I'm just going to wait until the New Year's resolutions. December, we're just going to coast and we'll just pick it up in January. Guess what? You're going to do the same thing in January. I've already waited 4 weeks. What's another 4 weeks? Typically, people who wait to get a result, when the time comes to do what they were waiting for, they still wait again. Waiters wait, doers do. So I want you to become a doer. So let's address the elephant in the room. Why would anyone want to focus on weight loss in December? Right? It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Most people in December are thinking about Christmas, New Year's, like a free pass to indulge, right? It's the holidays. Oh, well, I'll just have a pumpkin pie party. We just finished Thanksgiving. We got all this leftover pumpkin pie. Let's just eat it. And I've got holidays and I've got my school, parties for my kids, and I'm being invited to the friends and the neighbors and the coworkers, and it's just lots of parties. How am I supposed to navigate weight loss during this time? Listen, we've even had patients say, Dr. Ernst, should I just wait till January to start? No! Don't wait, act now. Here's the truth. The structure of December makes it the perfect time for rapid weight loss. We have 4 weeks, which is a clearly defined end goal window. You can implement an extremely focused plan if you say, the next 4 weeks, I'm going to lose X. It's like you're setting the goal automatically. Most people already know there's lots of events in the calendar, so you can plan around them. It's not that complicated. Think about it this way. Every pound you lose in December, you don't have to worry about in January. So why don't we just take December and make it a month to remember? And here's the kicker. When you start seeing results in December, man alive, it can head you into a new year with confidence, with momentum, with motivation. It's actually very simple, guys. Now, if you want to lose 20 pounds, so we said 20, you could possibly do 30. I don't want you to think it's like starving or spending hours upon hours in the gym. It's simply about activating what you already have inside of you. I'm going to look at the YouTube and Facebook camera and the Instagram and the X camera directly. Ready? You can do it, and so can you. You can do it. If we understand that fat burning is more about hormones than it is about counting calories, it's more about detoxification than it is working out, you could literally not ever set foot in the gym, not drastically change your diet, and boom, lose a ton of weight. So let's talk about hormones, because this is the key. You really, truly must know. Weight loss is more about the chemical messengers, the, quote, unsung heroes, as I want to call them. They're not the villains. They're not the ones making you gain weight. Everybody will say, oh, my hormones are out of balance. That's why I'm gaining weight. No, your hormones are out of balance. That's why you're not losing weight. There's a difference between I'm gaining weight because of this versus I'm not losing weight. If your hormones are out of balance, weight loss can sometimes feel impossible. Like trying to climb up a hill with an anchor behind you, you're just pushing, and sometimes you get stuck. When you understand that hormones will literally make you lose weight, all you have to do is get them to work for you. Let me give you an example of this. Okay, I talked about this last week, but I was brief on it, so this week I want to go deep into it. Leptin. This is your satiety hormone. It's the one that tells your brain, hey, I'm full, stop eating, start burning fat. Here's the problem for most people. Their leptin is resistant, so they can't use their leptin properly, and therefore they never get the signal, I'm full. So what happens is they eat a meal and they're like, God, man, I'm still hungry. And they eat again and they're like, God, I'm still hungry. And they eat again because they're trying to tell their brain, I'm full. And years and years and years of bad dieting and carb cycling and carb crunching is what does this. When this happens, leptin resistance, as it's called, the brain literally produces leptin, but the receptors don't work. It's the same thing like insulin resistance. One of the best strategies, by far, hands down, I know what you're asking. Well, Dr. Ernst, how do I get leptin to work? How do I make me full? You start fasting. Fasting is one of the best ways to reduce a resistance of any hormones, if you want your insulin levels to start to reset so you become less insulin resistant, fast. If you want your leptin levels to start to come back down so you can let the receptors heal, fast. Like fasting is by far the best way to reset insulin, leptin, cortisol, thyroid, which is why you're going to see in a second, the biggest strategy towards losing like 20 pounds is fasting properly. Okay, insulin. Most people assume insulin is for blood sugar, like, oh, it's only if you have diabetes. No, insulin is if you have weight loss resistance. Insulin is the hormone that regulates your sugar. When insulin is high, it's a signal to send all the sugar in your blood over to fat. So when your insulin levels come down, your body's like, hey, we're not being told to store fat so it can burn fat. Most people that I meet with professionally, like that I coach and work with as a doctor to patient relationship, they've never been tested for insulin. They have no idea where it's at. They think they're not diabetic, so they're okay. Like, I'm okay. And then we run their insulin and we're like, it's high. You have a level of resistance. Now, in the medical world, it can go as high as 19 units on a blood test, and that would be still considered okay. But in a functional world, we don't want it over 5. So here's the conundrum. You could have your insulin tested by your medical provider. It comes back at 11, and they're like, oh, you're good. You don't have insulin issues, and that's not why you're, gaining weight and not burning fat. And then you go to a functional physician, and we're like, oh my God, an 11. Like, it's 2 times higher than it should be. No wonder you're not losing weight. And you're scratching your head going, but my doctor said it's fine. And we're over here going, no, it's the cause. And you're like, but they said that I'm fine. And we're like, well, are you losing weight? And you're like, no, I'm not. So are they right or are we right? So like you have to start knowing there's a difference between medical numbers and functional numbers. The goal is to keep your insulin as low as humanly possible. Less insulin with good blood sugar controls, that's a healthy individual. So if your insulin's coming back at 3 or 4 or 5 and your blood sugars are under 90, we're like, rock on. But watch this. If your blood sugars are 90 or 89, but your insulin's 11, we're like, oh my gosh, that's a problem. That's insulin starting to pile up. While your blood sugars are still normal, you're beginning to get resistant. And guess what? The best way to make insulin levels go down? Fasting lowers insulin levels. When you don't eat sugar and you don't eat stuff, insulin doesn't go up, so you slowly burn through your insulin. And like everything else, if you give your body just rest and time, it will heal itself. Insulin receptors can bounce back. It requires rest and time. No spikes of insulin. Cortisol is a big deal, right? It's the stress hormone. And the problem with cortisol is a little tiny bit of cortisol. That's okay. That's a good thing. It helps you wake up in the morning. It helps you respond to challenges. When you're freaked out all of a sudden, whoosh, you get that little rush. Like if you've ever been driving and you kind of fall asleep a little bit, and then you're like, oh my God, I almost ran into something. And you're like, wow, I'm really awake right now. Like, I actually feel really good. That's a small squirt of cortisol. But when cortisol is squirting out all the time because your boss is on your back, your spouse is on your back, your kids are on your back, you just, bills are on your back and the holidays are on your back, then cortisol starts to climb. And the problem is cortisol makes us store fat just like insulin does. So if cortisol's going up, fat's going up, insulin's going up, your weight's going up, and you're like, what do I do? Like, how do I fix this? Guess what the best strategy to lower cortisol is? Fasting and grounding. They've shown that if you just go for a walk with your bare feet on the ground, not concrete, not asphalt, but dirt, grass, like the ground, the earth, you can discharge a lot of high cortisol levels. You can also lower your cortisol by doing the right kind of workouts. But if you do the wrong kind, cortisol goes up. But if you do the right kind, cortisol goes down. So we're going to show you how to do that. And the unique thing is all of these hormones are interconnected. The final one, which is a big one for most people who are having weight loss resistance, is their thyroid. And even though you might be like, my doctor says my thyroid's fine, my TSH was good, my T4 was good, T3 is active thyroid hormone. Have you ever had that one tested? There's both free and bound, meaning protein-bound T3 and freely floating active T3, just like there's protein-bound T4 and freely floating T4. The ratios are really important. But there's this nasty one called reverse T3. If you Google this, it's technically called Wilson syndrome, where you have an elevation in a toxic thyroid hormone called reverse T3, but T4 and TSH are normal. So your medical doctor goes, your thyroid looks fine to me. But then what happens is you suffer weight loss resistance, brain fog, forgetfulness, thinning, crack, dry skin, nails, hair, etc. And everybody goes, God, you look like you have a thyroid problem. And you're like, but my doctor says it's fine, because they only ran the TSH and the T4. Reverse T3 dominance is huge. It's a big deal. It affects a lot of people. And reverse T3 is a hormone that says store fat and feel fatigued and tired. It's like a resting hormone, a hibernation hormone, if you will. If you're about to go into a long winter's hibernation, like if you were a bear, reverse T3 shoots through the roof. It slows their metabolism. It forces them to store fat. It puts them into a low heart rate, low resting state. High resting state, low heart rate, low digestive rate, because they're basically preparing to hibernate. And unfortunately, a lot of humans are technically walking around hibernating by hormones. If reverse T3 is high, you will not be able to burn fat fast. So how do we fix all of this, right? So we just spent 15 minutes telling you the problem. The problem is your hormones are out of balance and you got 4 weeks to fix them. Easy. Step number 1, fasting for extended periods of time, like physically forcing your body, like boom. Okay, so December 1st, day 1, fast. Day 2, fast. 3, fast. 4, fast. 5, fast. Maybe the first 5 days. I know the idea of fasting. You're like, oh, I can't eat any food. Well, remember, the only way to not push our hormones, especially insulin, is to not eat things that stimulate insulin. And anything you put in your body that can turn into carbohydrates stimulates insulin. Protein does it. Carbohydrates do it. Vegetables do this, even healthy ones, carrots and apples and pears and nectarines and peaches. It's all sugar. Honey, agave, all of it. All this stuff that you're like, but it's natural. Yes, but not when you need to have a breakthrough. Okay? On your first day of 24-hour fasting, something unique happens. Your body will burn through all of the sugar in your blood. Most people, okay? If you're raging diabetic, it might take 2 or 3 days. But think of like if I wake up and I have 100 units of sugar, by the end of the day, I'm going to burn through all of those units. Now, your liver stores sugar in it called glycogen, and we've got to get the glycogen tank empty. Think of it as like a reserve tank. So I drive motorcycles, and there's this idea if you go long periods of times, you can have a reserve tank. So like tank number 1, 8 gallons of gas. All of a sudden you're driving, and all you do is you reach down and you go switch, and it will turn the reserve tank on, which will give you another gallon or 2 so you can go, okay, man, I got to find a gas station. So think of it like this. Your body has all the fuel in the blood sugar. You have the reserves, glycogen, but many of you have never burned your reserve tank out. Once your body burns all of its sugar in the blood, it'll go to glycogen, which is in your liver, and there's some in your muscles. Once you burn through the glycogen in your liver and your muscles, now insulin's like, well, we don't need to be here because this person's super low sugar, so it'll start to drop. And your body will do something unique. It will switch into what's called a ketogenic state, where now, because there's no sugar and there's no insulin, you burn fat for energy. Some of you, that will take 2 or 3 days to get to. The magic happens at 72 hours. Like, this is truly the metabolic magic. This is when your body starts to kick into a state called autophagy, where because you've burned out all the sugars and the stored sugars and you're now burning fat, your body's like, listen, like we might need to burn some proteins. We might need to burn some bones. We might need to regenerate some tissues. So it goes through and it's like, we're in a fasting stage. Let's eat the disease that's in us. Literally, your body's like, we need to stay alive. So here's the thing. Those organs over there, those cells, they look kind of decrepit. Let's get rid of them. They're taking up a lot of energy. Get rid of them. That knee that's arthritic, we need it to move. Like, we need this body burning. Like, we need it on fire. So, like, get rid of all the arthritis. Get rid of all the knee pain. And they've shown this is proven. It's called autophagy. What happens is at 72 hours, with not a single food item in, just water, and electrolytes, maybe some salt, some lemon juice, just to keep your electrolytes in your kidneys flushed, you turn on your stem cells. How cool is that? So instead of a $5,000 injection, just take 3 to 5 days and fast, and you trigger a massive spike in human growth hormone. It is known, it is researched, it is published, it is perfect. It is the human body by design. And how cool is this? 72 hours is 3 days. 3 is the number of days that Christ himself, right, died and was reborn, regenerated. Like, how coincidental that it's exactly 3 days. Because 3 is a reference to God, Father, Son, Spirit. 3 is a reference to the resurrection of Christ, right? 3 days he died, came back 3 days later. 3 would be like rebirth, reborn, and your body basically rebirths itself by regenerating on the 72nd hour. Now here's the cool thing. Don't just stop because you just entered it at 72nd hour. Go for 96. Go for longer. Go for 3, 4, 5. What you'll find is when you hit 72, you're like, I could do this for a week. So do it. Let me give you a practical tip. If you're brand new to fasting, if you've never done this before, just do 24 hours. Like, everybody can do 24 hours. No, there's no way, Dr. Ernst. If I don't have breakfast, I'm going to die. That's a food addiction. We got to deal with that. But listen, you can. You can do this. You can go a whole day without eating food. Trust me. I guarantee you, your body has enough sugar and fat and muscles and proteins in it to last at least a day with no food. Think about it like this. If you had a surgery scheduled and the doctor said, don't eat food for 24 hours, would you be like, oh, there's no way I can do it? You'd be like, all right, I'm going to have to muscle through this. And why are they doing that? They want to get you into a healing state. Then after 24 hours, test. Look at your blood sugars. Look at your ketones. Blood sugars should be under 100. Ketones, hopefully 0.5, 0.7 after day 1. Day 2, sugars and ketones. Sugars should be under 90. Ketones should be climbing, 1.5. Ketones in your blood, beta-hydroxybutyrate, will tell you that you're burning fat. Blood sugars coming down but yet being stable will tell you that you're regulating the glycogen in your liver and in your muscles to keep your blood sugar stable. Because this is a medical show and because people are taking advice from us, be careful, right? You need to track this stuff. Don't let your sugars get too low. A blood sugar under 60 is worthy of stopping your fast. If it's less than 60, you need to start eating something. But it also means something's going on with you because you should be able to go 4 or 5 or 6 days and it should not go less than 60. Your body's designed to keep your blood sugars regulated above 60 and below 100. So now that we've fasted for about 4 days, 5 days, most people are like, whew, I just lost 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds. So there's half of your goal done in just the first week. You see how powerful this is? It's really not that complicated. You have 4 weeks. Let's carve it out. Day 1 through day 5, the first official Monday through Friday. Fast and fast and fast. Now that it is, Saturday, the official first Saturday of December. Let's start eating, but let's do it strategically. We want to begin by getting into sort of broths and liquids and nutrient soups and things to this effect. I generally will teach people take a week and do smoothies and soups and very soft foods, scrambled eggs, a zucchini soup, butternut squash soup, some kind of a soup and bone broth and just liquids for a couple days. If you want to start eating, you can start incorporating the carnivore diet. This would be a great time to start doing it because it's a zero carbohydrate diet. You're only eating fish, chicken, turkey, eggs, grass-fed red meats, and the fats of animals, because when you eat nothing but this, your insulin levels, even though you're eating, stay at as low as humanly possible, and it keeps your body in a ketogenic, meaning producing ketones. This is not a keto diet. I don't want you to get confused. I'm not saying go keto. I'm saying get your body into ketosis, the state of producing ketones, and that will help you after you just spent 5 days burning off all this fat and getting ketotic. So you now start eating, but you're only eating fish, chicken, turkey, eggs, grass-fed, grass-finished red meats. Practical tip is you're doing your first week now, right? So like you just did 5 days of full fasting. You're doing the weekend of soups and smoothies and soft foods, scrambled eggs. Now it's the second Monday. This week and the next 3 weeks should be a carnivore diet. Maybe week 2, you do it intermittently, meaning you skip breakfast, but you eat lunch, you have a snack, you eat dinner, and you have a dessert. What on earth is a carnivoric dessert, Dr. Ernst? Do I just have meatballs for dessert? Well, you could, but how about we try this awesome recipe that you can find on AskDrErnst.com called the carnivore custard. It is, in essence, heavy fat whipping cream. You want, of course, organic grass-fed milk. And it's mostly fat, right? Whipping cream is going to be the heavy, thick fat. And then it's 4 egg yolks. And if you know how to make a custard, it's honestly the easiest thing on the planet. You slightly warm up the milk, not to boiling. You whisk the eggs, the yolks, in a bowl. You take the milk, and it's warm, right? You start pouring it into the eggs, and you stir that around. It can't be too hot because you don't want to cook the eggs. You just want to lightly cook the eggs. And you're whisking this while you put it back onto a heat. And you keep whisking it until it starts to get thick. And once it's thick, you take it off the heat, you throw it in the refrigerator, you leave it there for 2 hours, and then boom, you have a custard. Carnivoric custard. AskDrErnst.com. Look at all that fun stuff you guys get when you pay attention to our broadcasts. And then guess what? Just do that for 3 straight weeks. So week 1, all fasting. Saturday and Sunday, broth, soups, smoothies, scrambled eggs, things that are soft. Week 2, Monday through Friday, carnivore with intermittent. Skip your breakfast, have a carnivore lunch. Maybe you do a ribeye with some grass-fed butter and a piece of salmon. Then you have a snack, some epic beef sticks. They have venison, they have buffalo, they have bison, they have salmon. These are the basic meat sticks. Then for dinner, you have some wild-caught cod, maybe a side of bone marrow, and you have a duck breast. Again, I'm just pulling this out of nowhere. And then for dessert, you have the carnivoric custard, and you do something like that for this next week, week 2. Okay? What is Saturday and Sunday? Broth, smoothies, liquid soups. Now, week 3, Monday, week 3. What do? Back to the carnivore diet, but this time you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so you're eating consistently 3 meals a day. Do that also for week 4. And in week 3, you start implementing the HIIT, the high-intensity sort of low-duration exercises. We talked about this all last week, guys. You can go to our website and just look into it. But I'm going to give you a real quick, simple 15-minute workout. Here we go, right? It's like hit the ground running. Do jump squats for 30 seconds. What a jump squat is when you bend your knees, you jump up in the air, you try to bring your knees to your chest. Give it 15 seconds to rest. Then do push-ups for 30 straight seconds. Then do 15 seconds of rest. Then do burpees for 30 seconds. A burpee is kind of like a push-up, a squat, and an air jump squat all mixed together. Down on all fours, legs go behind, you push up, legs come to the middle, you jump up in the air, you clap your hands above your head if you want. 30 seconds, guys. It's not that hard. Take a rest for 15 seconds. Mountain climbers for 30 seconds. It's where you kind of grab a chair, lean forward, and you're running like you're trying to bring your knees to your elbows or your knees to your ribs on your sides. And then rest for 30 seconds. So we did jump squats, push-ups, burpees, mountain climbers. 4 exercises, 30 seconds each with 15 seconds in between. Repeat that 3 times, 15 minutes. Done. Do it every single day. It doesn't take long. So tying it all together so you can have an exceptional mastery for your health, your wellness, your well-being, and your weight loss as we finish out the month of December. Start your week with the understanding that hormones are more important to be balanced and regulated to lose weight than anything else. It has nothing to do with what kind of diet you need to follow. It has nothing to do with what kind of supplements you need to take. It has nothing to do with the amount of working out in a gym. We want to have a specific diet, but we actually don't. We want to fast for a period of time. We want to have a specific way we get back into food eating, and we want to work out, but not the traditional way. We're going to do the fasting for the first 5 days. So December 1st through December 5th is fasting. And how cool is it that it lines up pretty much exactly with the beginning of the week? Sunday, fast. Monday, fast. Tuesday, fast. Wednesday, fast. Thursday, fast. Friday, the 5th, fast. Then the 6th and the 7th, Friday and Saturday, smoothies, soups, scrambled eggs, liquids. You're eating, but you're eating soft, brothy soup, proteins. Then on the 8th, which is, week 1 official, we do an intermittent carnivoric diet for the 8th through the 12th. Super easy. 5 days of carnivore dieting, 100%. On the 13th and the 14th, what do? Liquids, broth, soups, smoothies, 2 days of liquid eating, but sort of fasting. Then we're to the 15th. We're halfway to the end of the goal. Most people should be 10, 15 pounds down already by then. So we go, okay, now we're going to do a 100% carnivore diet. So the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and desserts are carnivore. The 20th and the 21st, guess what? Back to the liquids again. Broth, smoothies, soups, scrambled eggs, soft foods. 22nd, right? We're coming up to Christmas. Oh my gosh. So 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. 100% carnivore diet. If you need a carnivore Christmas, go to AskDrErnst.com. We have a carnivore Christmas guide. Just download it. It's free. 27th and 28th, what do we do? Liquids, smoothies, soups, scrambled eggs. Super easy, guys. Now here we go. 3 days to finish it off. Me personally, I would do another extended fast. 29, 30, 31. Fast. New Year's is like right around the corner with that. January starts that next Wednesday, and guess what? I should already be 20 to 30 pounds down and motivated to begin the new year right without having to have any resolutions because I did them all in December. How cool is that? Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. This was, again, a special broadcast because the Tar Heels were playing today, and I wanted to just come at you hot and heavy and give you everything you need. Click the link above or below. Download the functional guide to weight loss. It has a lot of inspiration for you guys. You can also text your name and your email to 704-906-2094. We have a little special giveaway for all of you, including a 7-day carnivore challenge that'll help you to do this. It's all available. You just have to ask for it. And until next time, you can take control of your health. You can do this. And the joy is December can be a month to remember because you'll go, man, remember when I did that and I lost 30 pounds? I should do that every month. Just saying. Hey, be blessed. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving week. I'll see you next Saturday, which is the 4th of December, and we can check in and see how well you're doing. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong screen. The next Saturday is the 7th of December. So I get to check in and see how your first week went. And we'll get a little more interactive. I'd like to see if you guys are willing to maybe engage. I'll bring on a special guest who could share with you how awesome their transformation was. And let's just have some fun. So, happy Thanksgiving post. Merry Christmas upcoming. And remember, this is the season where we get to focus on our health. Because after all, we're coming up on a period of remembering our Lord and Savior who gave us life and gave us health. And we should give the greatest gift back to him, which is, look what I did to the body you gave me. I cleaned my temple. I healed myself. Thank you, Lord. And I'm celebrating Christmas that way. Be blessed. I'll see you guys next week. Hey, it's Dr. Ernst, host of the Ask Dr. Ernst Show, and oh my gosh, January is right around the corner. So many people put their weight loss and their health efforts off until the new year, but I'm here to say there's plenty of time for you to have drastic changes in your health. Why don't you take an option and download my Functional Approach to Weight Loss ebook? It has everything you need for a successful December so that January does not have to have a resolution for weight loss and healing. We have everything from the magic pill to weight loss, my secret method to 10 to 15 pounds in 4 weeks, a 4-week done for you meal plan, a 4-week done for you shopping list, and an entire recipe pack of fat burning foods. It's absolutely free. Just text your first name, your last name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. As a bonus, I'm hosting a masterclass on weight loss December 12th at 12:30 p.m. You get access to that as well. Text your name, your email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celliant Sleep Recovery. Our Celliant Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celliant technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celliant infrared active technology. boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celliant. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celliant has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celliant sleep recovery products today. Celliant. Recycle your body's energy.
How many calories are in our wines? Generally, calories in wine can vary, from around 95 to over 200, depending on the alcohol and sugar content of the wine. Now, unfortunately, since there are no nutritional labels required on wine bottles, it can actually be very hard to tell the true calorie content of your glass. Since our wines have less than 12.5% alcohol by volume, each glass of our pure natural wine has roughly 95 to 135 calories.
What if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1. We search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2. We test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3. We nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.